The Volvo XC90 has been turning heads since its revolutionary redesign a decade ago, and for 2025, Volvo's flagship SUV continues refining what many consider the perfect balance of Scandinavian luxury, advanced safety, and family-friendly practicality. But here's the question that matters. In a segment crowded with formidable German competitors and increasingly sophisticated American options, does the XC90 still deserve your attention? After extensive analysis of the 2025 model, we are diving deep into what makes this three-row luxury SUV special and where it might fall short of your expectations. Let's start with what's new for 2025, because Volvo hasn't been sitting still. The XC90 receives updated exterior styling with revised front and rear fascias that sharpen its presence without abandoning the clean, minimalist design language that made it iconic. The signature Thor's hammer LED headlights get enhanced functionality with improved adaptive lighting that anticipates corners before you even turn the wheel. Inside, Volvo has upgraded the infotainment system with faster processing speeds and enhanced Google built-in integration, addressing one of the few complaints from previous model years. New upholstery options expand customization possibilities, and several previously optional safety features now come standard across the lineup. These aren't revolutionary changes, but thoughtful refinements that keep the XC90 competitive against new arrivals. The design philosophy remains unmistakably Volvo, and that's absolutely intentional. Where German competitors chase aggressive styling and American brands embrace bold statements, the XC90 embodies restrained elegance. The proportions are simply right. A long hood, prominent shoulder line, and upright stance create a commanding presence without appearing bulky or ostentatious. This is a vehicle that looks expensive without shouting about it. Those vertical LED taillights have become a Volvo signature, instantly recognizable from blocks away. The 2025 updates add slightly larger lower air intakes and a revised grille pattern that enhances cooling efficiency while maintaining visual harmony. Available 21-inch and 22-inch wheel options provide appropriate visual mass for a vehicle this size. What's remarkable is how well this design has aged. 10 years after its debut, the XC90 still looks contemporary while competitors from the same era appear dated. That timeless quality translates directly to resale value and long-term satisfaction. Now let's talk about what it's actually like to drive, because this is where the XC90 reveals its true character. Volvo offers 3 powertrain configurations for 2025, each targeting different buyer priorities. The B5 mild hybrid serves as the entry point, pairing a turbocharged 2.0-litre 4-cylinder with a 48-volt hybrid system for 247 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This might sound modest for a vehicle approaching 4,500 pounds, but the power delivery feels adequate for normal driving situations. The mild hybrid system provides subtle assist during acceleration while enabling the engine to shut off during coasting, improving real-world fuel efficiency. You'll see approximately 21 miles per gallon in city driving and 28 miles per gallon on the highway, which is respectable for a three-row luxury SUV. The B6 mild hybrid bumps output to 295 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, providing noticeably stronger acceleration and more confidence when merging or passing. This represents the sweet spot for most buyers who want adequate performance without the complexity or cost of the plug-in hybrid. The recharged plug-in hybrid is where things get genuinely impressive. Combining a supercharged and turbocharged 2.0-litre 4-cylinder with an electric motor integrated into the rear axle produces a combined 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. These are serious numbers that transform the XC90 into something approaching performance SUV territory. 0 to 60 happens in just 5.4 seconds, which feels downright shocking in a 7-seat family hauler. The 18.8 kWh battery pack provides approximately 32 miles of electric-only range, enough for many daily commutes without burning a drop of gasoline. If you can charge regularly at home or work, the recharge dramatically reduces operating costs despite its premium price. The transition between electric and gas power happens seamlessly, and you can force electric-only mode for emissions-free driving in residential areas or when you simply want the serene silence of EV operation. All XC90 models use an 8-speed automatic transmission that generally fades into the background, which is exactly what you want. Shifts happen smoothly and intuitively, though it can occasionally hunt between gears when you're varying speed on hilly terrain. All-wheel drive comes standard across the lineup, using an electronically controlled system that can shift power front to rear as conditions demand. In normal driving, the system sends most power to the front wheels for efficiency, but it can instantly redirect torque rearward when sensors detect wheel slip. Here's where we need to set realistic expectations about driving dynamics. The XC90 prioritizes comfort and composure over sporting character, and that's completely appropriate for its mission. The suspension soaks up broken pavement beautifully, isolating passengers from the chaos of deteriorating American roads. Air suspension is available and further enhances ride quality while providing adjustable ride height for easier entry or additional ground clearance. Body roll in corners is well controlled but certainly present. This isn't a vehicle that encourages spirited driving on winding roads. The steering feels appropriately weighted with decent feedback for a modern SUV, but it's clearly tuned for stability rather than engagement. What the XC90 does exceptionally well is long-distance highway cruising. Wind noise is minimal, the seats remain comfortable for hours, and that smooth powertrain never feels strained or busy. This is a vehicle engineered for effortless Scandinavian road trips, and it absolutely nails that brief. Step inside the XC90 and you're immediately surrounded by one of the finest interiors in the segment. Volvo's commitment to minimalist Scandinavian design creates a cabin that feels like a modern architectural space rather than a traditional car interior. The dashboard flows horizontally with clean lines interrupted only by that distinctive vertical touchscreen rising from the center console. Material quality is outstanding throughout. Soft leather covers the seats, dash, and door panels. Real wood or aluminum trim options provide visual warmth without appearing ostentatious. The available Auraforce crystal gearshifter is a lovely detail that elevates the experience. Upper trims offer quilted Napa leather that rivals anything from Bentley or Range Rover. Even hard plastic surfaces in less visible areas feel dense and well finished. Seating comfort deserves special mention because Volvo spent serious engineering effort here. The front seats provide excellent support with multiple adjustment options including extendable thigh cushions and four-way lumbar control. Available massage and ventilation functions work exceptionally well, and the heating system warms quickly on cold mornings. These seats were developed in consultation with orthopedic specialists, and you feel that expertise on long drives. The second row offers generous space with plenty of legroom and headroom for adults. The seats slide and recline, allowing occupants to find their ideal position. 3 across is possible but tight for adults. Climate control vents and USB charging ports ensure second-row passengers aren't neglected. That third row is where compromises become necessary, because physics ultimately can't be defeated. The XC90's third row is legitimately usable for adults under 6 feet tall on shorter trips, which puts it ahead of some competitors, but it's still clearly best suited for children. Access requires folding and sliding the second-row seats, which is easy enough but not something you want to do multiple times daily. Headroom is the primary constraint back there, followed by legroom that's adequate but not generous. For occasional use or carpooling kids, it works perfectly well. For daily adult occupancy, you'll want something larger. Cargo space behind the third row measures about 16 cubic feet, which is enough for grocery runs but not family vacations. Fold that third row and you expand to 43 cubic feet. Drop the second row as well and you unlock 86 cubic feet of cargo capacity, which is genuinely cavernous. The technology story centers on Google built-in, and this represents a significant advantage over competitors still using proprietary systems. The 9-inch vertical touchscreen runs full Android Automotive OS, providing native access to Google Maps, Google Assistant, and the Google Play Store. You can download apps directly to the vehicle, from Spotify to various podcast players. Google Assistant understands natural language commands for navigation, climate control, and media playback. The system learns your patterns and proactively suggests destinations or routes based on your history. Google Maps integration is particularly impressive, offering real-time traffic updates, satellite imagery, and street view access. The interface is intuitive because most people already understand how Google services work. Over-the-air updates keep the system current without requiring dealer visits. A 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster displays vehicle information with crisp graphics and customizable layouts. The available head-up display projects speed and navigation directly onto the windshield, keeping your eyes on the road. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard for those who prefer phone integration. The available Bowers Wilkins premium audio system deserves consideration if you care about sound quality. 19 speakers strategically positioned throughout the cabin create an immersive listening experience that reveals details in your music you've never noticed before. Safety technology is where Volvo continues setting industry standards. The 2025 XC90 comes standard with an extensive suite of driver assistance features that many competitors charge thousands to unlock. We are talking automatic emergency braking with pedestrian, cyclist, and large animal detection. Lane keeping assist actively steers you back into your lane if you drift without signaling. Blind spot monitoring with steering support helps prevent lane change collisions. Rear cross-traffic alert warns of approaching vehicles when backing out of parking spaces. Adaptive cruise control maintains your set speed and following distance in highway traffic. All of this comes standard on every XC90, regardless of trim level. Pilot Assist takes things further with semi-autonomous driving capability on well-marked highways up to 80 miles per hour. The system manages steering, acceleration, and braking to keep you centered in your lane and maintain safe following distance. It's not fully autonomous and requires you to keep your hands on the wheel, but it significantly reduces fatigue on long highway drives. The system uses cameras and radar to monitor your surroundings, providing visual and audible warnings if intervention is needed. Cross-traffic alert with automatic braking can prevent collisions when backing out of driveways or parking spaces. Run-off road mitigation tightens seatbelts and applies braking if sensors detect you're leaving the road unintentionally. Let's talk about value and pricing, because the XC90 occupies an interesting position in the luxury SUV market. The base B5 Plus starts around $57,000, which undercuts German rivals like the BMW X5, Mercedes GLE, and Audi Q7 by several $1,000s. The mid-level B6 Ultimate runs approximately $65,000, while the Recharge Ultimate climbs to $78,000 before options. A fully loaded XC90 can easily exceed $85,000, which puts it in legitimate luxury territory competing with vehicles from more prestigious brands. The value proposition depends entirely on what you prioritize. If badge prestige matters and you want that German nameplate, the XC90 might not satisfy. But if you value safety, design, and genuine quality over brand cachet, Volvo delivers more substance for your money. Standard warranty coverage includes 4 years or 50,000 miles bumper-to-bumper, matching most luxury competitors. The Recharge plug-in hybrid battery receives an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty, providing peace of mind for long-term ownership. Complimentary scheduled maintenance isn't included, which is disappointing given that several competitors now offer this. Volvo's reliability has improved dramatically over the past decade, with recent models showing dependability that approaches Lexus levels, though they haven't quite reached Japanese standards yet. So who should buy the 2025 XC90? This SUV makes perfect sense for families who need legitimate 7-seat capability wrapped in a premium package that doesn't scream for attention. If you value safety above almost everything else, Volvo remains the gold standard. The design appeals to buyers seeking timeless elegance over aggressive styling trends that will look dated in 5 years. The Recharge plug-in hybrid is ideal for environmentally conscious buyers who want to reduce emissions without sacrificing capability or luxury. Urban and suburban families will appreciate the manageable size that's large enough for 7 but not unwieldy in parking structures. The XC90 might not be right if you prioritize driving dynamics and want an SUV that feels sporty and engaging on winding roads. Brand prestige seekers wanting that German badge will find more status in competitors. Those needing regular third-row accommodations for adults should look at larger options like the Lincoln Aviator or Mercedes GLS. After a decade on the market, the XC90 remains one of the most compelling 3-row luxury SUVs available. It combines thoughtful design, exceptional safety, and genuine quality in a package that feels special without being pretentious. The 2025 updates keep it competitive, and the Recharge plug-in hybrid offers genuinely impressive performance with reduced environmental impact. This is a vehicle that rewards long-term ownership, aging gracefully while serving families with distinction and reliability. For more Volvo insights and expert analysis, subscribe to Volvo Insights and visit volvoinsights.com.